Are you just ignoring me completely? Hey guys, what's up? Okay, so today we're gonna be doing another foundation review, but not just any foundation review. We've got the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Foundation. We've been asking for this, you guys, and they answered our prayers. Like, I'm so ready to try this out. This is like the moment we've all been waiting for. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in. I'll tell you a little bit about the product and let you get a little up close and personal so we can see how it actually works. But before I even get started, is this a knockoff Louis Vuitton scrunchie? Would Rihanna be proud right now? Probably not. Let's get started. Okay, so we got you real zoomed in. I hope the quality is a little bit better than my other videos. I changed some of the settings in my camera, so hopefully you'll be able to see my actual skin and my face a little bit better. By the way, I do have the Jackie Aina and Anastasia Beverly Hills palette on my eyes today. Just did something a little simple, but it's cute. I'm feeling her so far. And for the main attraction, I figured I would go ahead and try out the different primers with the foundation as well. Now they have 3 primers. So they have their original, I think it's like the Instant Retouch primer. They've got the True Matte primer, and then they have the brand spanking new Soft Silk primer. I literally had to check and make sure to see what it was called. I think I'm gonna do half and half face so that we can see how the foundation wears with each one. For reference, I am combo skin. They do have a really cool diagram on their website that I'll go ahead and insert, and it tells you what they recommend you use. But I don't like to follow rules. Unlike the ABH foundation that we just reviewed, I already know what shade I am going based off the other foundation that I already have by them, which is shade 230. It's like a light medium neutral shade. And so I'm hoping that it matches pretty much the same as the original. The original oxidizes a lot. It dries down almost like how paint is when you paint the wall and it's light, and then it dries down, it's like, boop. That's not the color I ordered. Okay, which is fine as long as you know that it's gonna happen. So I'm not sure what to expect just yet from this bad boy. I should have opened this up before I got on camera. Real profesh. So I actually have never tried the original primer. So this is gonna be my first time trying the Fenty primers. We're getting a little bougie, like we love her packaging. I'm gonna go ahead and do the matte one on this side of my face. I'm just gonna apply it with my hands. Not that bougie, I guess. It doesn't feel dry on the skin. I mean, it definitely did dry down a little bit, so I suppose. But my skin doesn't look dry. It still feels pretty hydrated. Let's go in on the other side. And I'm putting it on a different spot on my hand. I'm not mixing it together. She looks hydrating. A little saucy. Oh yeah. She's moist. I better go wet her. Okay, so we have 2 items here. We have their Kabuki buffing brush and then their precision sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and try one on each side of my face, and we're just gonna see what happens. Okay, so I'm actually kind of hoping that it oxidizes because that's very light. A lot lighter than what I would want. The coverage is actually bomb. I can already tell because my little beauty mark is looking a little camouflaged. So I'm gonna have to draw her back on. So I think it definitely needs to be done like a once over with the sponge because it does have a little bit of streakiness to it. Nothing too crazy, but just a little bit of streakiness. Before I even finish up, let me go ahead and read some of the claims about the foundation itself. The new Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear foundation, so we're gonna test her. Hydrating, medium to full coverage with a natural finish. Holla, I love a natural finish. Perfect for normal to dry skin, which I've got normal, and available in the same 50 shades as you can get in the original. I don't feel like this is oxidizing at all. I just look back at myself and I look pretty pale. Luckily, I do have a couple other shades that they sent over, so I think I might try something different real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and apply it on the other side with the sponge real quick just to see how it looks, and then we'll go over it with another shade real quick. I didn't even use the full pump, so I'm just gonna add like one more onto the back of my hand. This is shade 260. You're probably thinking, why just to jump from 230 to 260? But these are both the neutral shades. So this is a light medium neutral and this is a medium neutral. So it's like 230, 235, 40, 45, 50, 55. You know math, okay? You know numbers, okay? This is the next neutral over and I'm a neutral, so I'm gonna try her out and see what I think. Oh yeah, right off the bat, I'm feeling that shade so much more. That looks a lot better actually, like a lot better. This one doesn't look like it oxidized at all like the other one did, so that might have a lot to do with it too, like why I needed a 230. So you might want to check out your shade over, like one shade darker. The coverage is good, like it is really piling up on top of each other without looking cakey at all. So it's coverage, okay? Like I can barely, if at all, see any of my freckles, but it still looks natural. So it's exactly what it claimed to be as far as like a natural finish with a good coverage. So just as a little comparison, since we did just do the Anastasia foundation in the last video, it's something like that type of finish, like a beautiful natural finish. I love a natural finish. It is superb. I just spit a little bit. It's like that type of finish, but with more coverage. Although I loved the Anastasia foundation, like that's fire. I also am really enjoying this one. I can't say that this side looks really any more matte than this side does. Like I said, I'm combo skin, but the primer, I don't know if it really made it much more matte than the hydrating primer did. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. And like I said in the last video, we're just gonna focus the concealer on the front part of the eye, not over here. Just where we need it. Just to give a little comparison to what we did last time, I want to see how it works with a cream contour. Because like I said in the last video, sometimes foundations will break apart when you put a cream contour over them, or they'll start looking like muddy, or they don't want to blend very well. I look like I have no nose right now on camera. Get some dimension up in there. Okay, I have a nose again. So let's hit it with a little Fenty bronzer real quick. And when I am dealing with a luminous foundation, I do like to pat into my skin rather than sweep it, because sweeping it sometimes, I don't know, it just doesn't really work out that well because it can move around a little bit. I would definitely recommend setting just because you can feel it a little bit. It is a little bit sticky. I know for some people that really bothers them. So if you're one of those people, I would just set it a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and put like my blush and my highlight lipstick on real quick and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is what the entire makeup looks like on. I did apply the rest of my under eye makeup. I put on a little blush, a little highlight. I did go for a brown lip. I know this has nothing to do with the foundation, but I did go for a brown lip because like I'm ready for fall. Like I'm ready for fall. What is up with the pumpkin patch? Like I just want to go do some haunted houses. I'm very basic. I don't care. Like I'm ready now. Okay, and the only time you will ever catch me in a liquid lip is in the fall time. About the foundation itself, this is what everything looks like. It is absolutely a full coverage, buildable, medium to full, but I call it a full, honestly. You don't see a lot of very luminous full coverage foundations, which that makes this very cool because for people that are dry and can't really rock a lot of the full coverage foundations, this is absolutely perfect. Until I tried this foundation, honestly, the only other really luminous and full coverage foundation that I've tried is the Makeup Forever HD stick, which I talk about all the time because it's from very light coverage to very full coverage, but still being luminous. I can't really tell just yet if the primer did make a difference or not, but we are gonna wear this out for a while and just see how we look. I'm probably not gonna be going outside other than maybe to take some pics. And like I said, I live in 115-degree weather, so I might sweat a little bit, but I am definitely gonna eat. I'm gonna clean my house. I'm gonna work out. Yes, in this full face of makeup at home because I didn't get to make it to the gym this morning. So we're gonna get a little sweat on and we're gonna come back and see how we look. And we're still holding up pretty well, if I do say so myself. So it's getting pretty late, but it's Friday night, and you know what that means? Dairy Queen drive-thru. Yeah. And we're still wearing the foundation. Do I get ice cream or do I not get ice cream? That's the question. We just do a little workout. Yeah, can I get a small Reese's Blizzard and a mini cookie dough Blizzard with extra cookie dough? Okay. That'll be it. Thank you. Mini's not so bad, right? This was about to be I accidentally fell asleep in the new Fenty foundation video. It's like midnight right now. I'm super tired. I got on the couch for a minute and I was like, sleep. So just to give you guys my little scientific observation real quick, I'm going to tell you what I'm actually seeing here. So I'm kind of glad I did do the different primers on each side of my face because it does actually look different. From what I can see, I'm really preferring the hydrated primer side. Shockingly enough, you would think that the matte would keep me super matte and flawless, but I feel more flawless on this side of my face. I can tell, like right here, I can see a little bit of pores, and I can see a little bit of creasing on the side of my mouth, as where I don't even have any of that on this side. Definitely would recommend the hydrating primer. And even though it's a hydrating primer, it doesn't look oily or greasy, and my skin doesn't feel, like it feels a little bit more matte on this side than it does on this side, but it doesn't look greasy in the slightest. My nose did break apart a little bit, nothing too crazy, but also, like I said, I was laying down on my couch, so I was just kind of laying however I wanted. I was tired. I'm gonna go ahead and just zoom out real quick, and then I'll give you my actual final thoughts on the product. All right, you guys, so as far as my final thoughts on the foundation itself, I think it wore well, especially for what I was doing. Like, I was doing all kinds of stuff, and of course, I might look a little bit crazy, but I don't really actually look that crazy. I think it actually looks pretty good. Like I said, full coverage. If you're looking for something luminous and full coverage, it's gonna be your go-to. I'm not oily at all. I don't see any oiliness. I mean, like my nose is broken apart a little bit, but I don't see any oiliness on my face. And we did use a primer, so that could have something to do with it. But like, I don't look oily for it being like a hydrating foundation. So yeah, all in all, I think it is a good product. I definitely think it's worth trying, at least getting a sample of, to see how you like it. I will go ahead and include an unedited photo of what the foundation looked like when I first started off. And I do notice there was still a little bit of grayness around my mouth. I do have like a gray tone right here around my mouth. So depending on the tone of the foundation, sometimes that'll cover it, sometimes it won't. But all in all, I think it did look pretty flawless. But yeah, you guys, that is that. I would actually recommend the hydrating primer with the hydrating foundation. I know you're like, ooh, scary, that's a lot, you know. But with the powder, I'm telling you, I really think it wore the best on this set right here. That is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below if you picked up this foundation or what foundations that you've been really wanting to try and buy. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel. We've got lots of videos to come, so go ahead and hit that notification bell so you can be up on game to all my new videos if you'd like. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.